Hey everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so for this video I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the 4K picture for Night of the Living Dead. And as you can see, it comes in this rather beautiful looking steelbook. Now this is a video that I never thought I was going to make, because as soon as I got wind of this movie coming out on 4K and I heard there was no Dolby Vision or HDR, I lost interest on it, because I actually have this beautiful edition from Studio Canal, another beautiful steelbook as well, and the picture quality on this I thought looked remarkable, and I didn't think they could actually improve much when it comes to the 4K disc, especially if you don't have HDR. Now I'll be talking about a bit about that now very soon, when we just talking about the transfer in general. But for the movie itself, it's a wonderful movie. It's the movie that kind of put zombies on the map. If there's ever a collection of movies that you could sit down and watch and just see a huge evolution in quality when it comes to even just filmmaking and the director himself, it is these Dead movies, and of course George A Romero. Every movie that he brought out in this collection, I just thought there was always a major leap, whether it was storytelling, character building, you know, practical effects, makeup effects. They all just take massive strides in quality as each movie went by. Just check out the difference between Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. Now, not taking anything away from this movie, it's so wonderfully directed, but there is a major leap in his quality as a director when you do see Dawn of the Dead. Just again, going by storytelling and character building. And then when you look at Day of the Dead over Dawn of the Dead, some of the practical effects that you see on screen is truly jaw-dropping, and I think it is easily Tom Savini's best work he's ever done. I'm a big fan of the Day of the Dead. And then you got Land of the Dead. Now granted, Land of the Dead went on to the whole CGI route, but there is some great makeup effects in that movie. And again, great characters in that movie, wonderful storytelling as well. And I have a huge fondness to that movie, Land of the Dead, and I think it's the last great George A Romero movie we got. I wasn't a big fan of Survival of the Dead or Diary of the Dead. I don't have a whole lot of time for them. Maybe the Diary of the Dead, the whole found footage thing, maybe I was just getting sick of the whole found footage thing at the time. Maybe I need to revisit it again. But they will never be as good as the first 4 George Romero movies. There was a rumour going around that we were going to get another Dead movie. I think it was going to be called Road of the Dead. But unfortunately, George Romero passed away and we never got to see that movie, and it is a shame. It would have been nice just to see one more Dead movie from George Romero. And yeah, it's a shame we never got it in the end. This movie has just inspired so many movies. Just check out John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13. I think he went on record saying that this movie did heavily influence it. It's almost the same movie. You know, people trapped in a police station. There's people outside. You know, they have to try and survive. Just identical to this movie. And, you know, it's great to see it getting so much love now out there. Getting such a beautiful steelbook release of it. Getting the 4K treatment. And yeah, I'm looking forward to actually just talking about that. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you around both of these steelbooks, give you a close look at them, and then we'll get on to that 4K transfer. So yeah, let's get to it. Right, so here we go. These are the 2 steelbooks that I'm going to be showing in this video, and I have to tell you, it's hard to pick between the 2. This one has a high gloss finish. This is the Blu-ray, where this one has a matte finish. And normally I like my high gloss steelbooks, but there's something about the image on this 4K release that I do love. So yeah, it's hard to pick between the 2. So I'm going to just put the 4K to a side. We are going to start with the actual Blu-ray release from Studio Canal. So actually, you know what, I'm going to take it around quickly to the back just so I can show the J card, and then I can remove it and then show everything off. So yeah, that's the back of it there. Now, the first thing you will notice when I take it in is, as you can see, there is only one feature on this. It is a very good documentary as well, but it is definitely lacking in special features. And then that's just a close look at some of the technical aspects as well. And of course, the Blu-ray is Region B locked. So that's the J card. Let me just remove that. Let's get on to the actual steelbook itself. Now, here we go. So like I said, this has a high gloss finish to it, but check out the green writing on this, especially on that black background. It just looks beautiful. Then you got a couple of characters from the movie there as well. You got a couple of zombies there in the background. It really is a beautiful looking steelbook. And again, sticking to the black and white theme as well. They had to for a movie like Night of the Living Dead. So yeah, that is the main cover artwork. Then onto the spine we go. And then right around to the back, and as you can see, it says "They won't stay dead." It's in that beautiful green writing. And of course, it's a scene from the start of the movie where Barbara's being attacked by that one zombie. So yeah, let me open the Steelbook up and show it to you in full. And then I will flip it around, and that is your inside artwork. Now I have removed the disc. I will bring it in quickly for you, but that is the disc itself. And yeah, that's just a close look at some of the artwork on this one. So there we go, folks. That is the Blu-ray release. So I'm going to put that to a side, and let's bring in the 4K disc, or the 4K Steelbook. Now, the first thing you will notice here, and I know it will bother a few people, is the name of the movie is written in German. Now, the good news is, when you turn the spine, the actual Steelbook itself is actually in English. So, again, you have nothing to worry about. It is just the J-card itself that's in German. But again, it never really bothers me in any way. So I'm going to do the same as the last one. I'm going to just quickly show the J-card first so I can remove it. So as you can see on this release, it is just jam-packed full of special features. There's a dedicated bonus disc in this release. And that is a close look at your special, or your technical aspects, sorry. And as you can see, the Blu-ray on this release is Region B locked as well. So yeah, that is the J-card itself. So let me remove it off, and let's get on to the Steelbook itself. So, like I said, this does have a matte finish, but the image is just beautiful. You got Barbara there, you know, you got a pile of zombie hands just grabbing at her. And yeah, I do think the artwork on this Steelbook does look better. And if this was maybe a high gloss finish, it would have been just, it would have been the cherry on top. It would have been remarkable. But still a beautiful, beautiful Steelbook. So then take us on to the spine of this one. And actually, I'll just bring in that Blu-ray just to show you the spines of both. But they kind of do nicely pair up, which is quite nice. So, yeah. And then to the back we go. And as you can see, they're coming to get you, Barbara. So, yeah, very simple artwork on the back of it. But again, it's a very famous quote from the actual movie itself. So, I will open it up in full. And there you have it. That is the Steelbook. So, right, let me turn it around and let's go through some of the discs here. So, you have your Blu-ray disc there. And then you've also got your special bonus disc there. As you can see, all the artwork is different as well on the discs, which is always great to see. And then, of course, this is your 4K disc. And then that leaves the inside artwork. And as you can see, it is Barbara's brother that you see at the start of this movie. So there you have it, folks. Both Steelbook editions of Night of the Living Dead. And I have to tell you, I think both of them complement each other quite well. And it's great to have them in the collection. Right, so on to the 4K transfer. Now, bear in mind, I don't know if this is the same 4K transfer as Criterion's edition. But the fact that there is no Dolby Vision or HDR and the audio is identical, something's telling me it is the same transfer. Now, the first thing I did notice is how clean this image looks. Wow, it is remarkably clean. I could not find a single speck of dirt on the image. And that is a huge testament when it comes to how well they actually cleaned the image on this. It looks beautiful. There is a huge increase in sharpness and clarity. And the fine detail that you're going to see on whether it's just the clothing, some of the clothing textures, the interiors of the actual house itself, there is a serious uptick in fine detail there. The shadow detail as well gives you a good upgrade as well. I think you're going to appreciate some of the shadow detail that you will see on screen here. Now, my only issue, and I'm going to keep defending this as much as I can, but when it comes to 4K Blu-ray, if you don't have HDR or Dolby Vision, then something is going to be lacking when it comes to the picture quality. And it is the same on this 4K disc. The blacks are just not there. The depth of the picture is not there. And if HDR was attached to this 4K disc, I think it would have added that to it. It's just not the same. When you do stack it up against black and white movies like, I don't know, Psycho or Casablanca, it doesn't come close to how great both of them movies look on 4K. You need HDR and Dolby Vision when it comes to 4K. If you don't, you're not going to get much of an upgrade when it comes to picture quality. Now, I have not seen the 4K Master that Criterion brought out on Blu-ray, but I've been told by so many people that it looked phenomenal. And something is telling me you are not going to get much of an upgrade when it comes to this 4K disc, especially if you have that Criterion Blu-ray. So I don't know what to tell you, folks. Very disappointing that there was no HDR on this one, and you can clearly see that the image is lacking something. Again, just going back to them blacks, they're just not as inky and as deep as I would like to see them. And yeah, it has taken something away from this movie. But again, not taking anything away from the 4K picture itself. It looks beautiful. It is definitely an upgrade over my Studio Canal release. Again, when it comes to people that have the Criterion Blu-ray, I don't know what to tell you. Something's telling me it's not going to be a major leap, if any, at all. The audio sounds great. There is one or two times where I felt that the music kind of drowned out some of the dialogue. But again, it was only in a handful of scenes. It didn't happen too much. But look, this is Night of the Living Dead here. You can't expect too much when it comes to the audio. But I found it to be very clean, beautifully centered. And yeah, I had no issues other than one or two of them little nitpicks that I mentioned previously. So there you have it, folks. Am I happy that I picked up this 4K disc? Yes. It's an improvement over my Studio Canal release. And I'm happy that I picked it up. But I have seen better. But it is the best the movie has ever looked. And again, taking nothing away from that either. So there you have it, folks. There you have it. So as per usual, if you like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could leave a comment down below. And please do share your thoughts on this movie. And what did you think of its 4K transfer? And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.